Did the record come on?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh, there it is. Okay. We're waiting for that disclaimer to come up. So I want to welcome everybody to our very first Bike MS Team Captain virtual meeting for the season. We appreciate you taking the time with us today. I'm so excited to see so many familiar faces in the room. See Larry from our Ernst & Young team. Britt is joining us from the ING team. We got Steve Pellegrino coming in from Bleacher Report. I got Norris in there. If you want to just drop in the chat to tell us what team you're coming from, very excited to have you all with us. We are recording the meeting, so if there's anybody that missed it, or you want to refer back to something, we'd love to have that portion of it. So, I'm gonna turn off my notifications. Just give me a quick second on that. So I'm just gonna do a quick little housekeeping on using our Microsoft Teams platform. I know for some people it's a little bit new. And we have some of the same features that we have on a lot of our other types of video systems. We do have the camera feature as well as the microphone. We just ask that during the presentation, if you can, just to stay muted. And then also, you're welcome to come up on camera or not, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can also look at the little people on the top of the screen, check out who's in the room, as well as if you're having problems hearing me, we do have a closed caption feature on this. So if you hit the 3 buttons and turn on live captioning, it'll actually give you a live caption the way you would on a television. So we're going to get underway, and thank you everybody for joining us. So I'm going to move on to the first slide for the meeting purpose. Awesome, thank you. So as I mentioned earlier, this is our first one of the season, and we are looking forward to hosting these meetings regularly throughout the year. This is to provide you a collective opportunity so that we can inform, learn, and connect with our top fundraisers and recruiters. You, our Bike MS team captains. These calls are for you and about you, so please let us know what topics you'd like to hear and see throughout the season, and we look forward to rallying together as a Bike MS community and building our excitement around Bike MS New York City 2021. So tonight we're going to talk about on the agenda, we're going to go over some of the successes from 2020 and the impacts that we made, as well as our Bike MS 2020 weekend experiences and some of the safety things we have in place, and a lot of exciting new tools and resources we have for 2021, including some great new technology items that you can take advantage of. For those of you who joined us at the Bike MS New York City recognition ceremony, you know that we are celebrating our 75 years of progress towards a world free of MS. In 1946, Sylvia Lowry, a lone woman without a scientific background, gathered 20 of the nation's most predominant research scientists and medical experts and founded what we know as the National MS Society. Miss Lowry's mission began after her brother began experiencing visual and balance problems. At the time, MS was neglected and poorly understood. She realized that there was a need for an organized effort to encourage and finance research into the cause, treatment, and cure of MS. Through a strong vision and commitment, the MS Society is now a nationwide organization, advancing breakthroughs and paving the way for nearly all treatment options available today. Together as a movement, we've reshaped life with MS. We've delivered billions of dollars in federal research funding, and in 2020 alone, the FDA approved 4 medications for relapsing MS. We've won state-level reforms and quality respite services and home medication tax credits and ensured that the voice of those with MS is always heard in the courtrooms and the boardrooms, where we fight for access and affordability, and media where we tell our stories, in the halls of power where we make our minds known. This is what is possible when we come together as the National MS Society. As leaders in the movement, you, our team captains, are essential to achieving these impacts and reaching our goals. Bike MS New York City is the 6th largest fundraiser for multiple sclerosis in the world. Now more than ever, people affected by MS rally on critical information, support, and connection to remain strong and resilient throughout this crisis and beyond. We're in this together, and in the next chapter of the MS is ours to write. We can be the generation that ends the disease and changes lives for millions of people affected by MS today. It is only possible with you. And speaking of you, I'm going to pass it over to Rhea to talk about our personal Bike MS New York City team successes.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Like Rachel said, I am Rhea, the bike specialist for the NYC team, and I get to talk about our team success. So as we know, 2020 was a bear. It wasn't easy. We saw the cancellation of our in-person event. We had to transition to a new platform, all these hurdles we had to overcome to have a successful ride year, but we did. You persisted, and we had an amazing year. You rode in your living rooms, on Zwift, on Strava, your own routes around New York City, in Central Park, everywhere. And by riding, you helped us make our mission and move our teams forward despite a pandemic. We, as a dedicated group, you went to the finish line and collectively raised 78% of our $1,085,000 raised. So that's all thanks to teams. And I want to say we're very grateful for all the success of our teams. So with that success, I want to also say that because of our success in 2020, we can get back on the road in 21. So we are, once again, in person. I'm excited to say we are in person in 2021 in October. Of course, October 17th, I hope that's all on your calendars already bookmarked with a little heart next to it. That is our ride date this year, and registration is open. So if you haven't already registered, I'm assuming you have, but if you haven't, get on that, bikems.org. You can go and find the NYC page and register. In less than a week, we've been open for literally less than a week, we have broken $85,000. So that's amazing. Once again, crazy applause there. And we have had over almost 300 registrations. So we are at 295 right now. So we want to thank you for all of your hard work and helping us get that off the ground. That being said, the teams right now are currently crushing it in New York City. We just checked the stats, I think at 5 o'clock today, and Bank of America is leading the charge with 10 registered riders, and AB's right behind. So AB Equitable Riders, you get one more, and you're going to be tied with Bank of America. So thank you guys for all this work. Thank you, these top 10 teams up here and all of our teams for really, in that first week, really pushing it hard out the gate. We're so grateful. So with that being said, everyone likes a good challenge, and we in New York, obviously we saw from last year, crushing our goal over 30% in fundraising. We can definitely take a challenge and kill a challenge. So here's the challenge for this month. World MS Day is May 30th. And by World MS Day, we hope to get 600 registrations. So that's to double what we currently have. And again, we had that 300 in like a week. So we're pretty confident that we can get 300 more in 5 weeks. So help us get our goal and get those people registered. Send emails to your team, include personal shout outs, tell your team how much you miss them and want them back on the road with you. So we're definitely excited to make this happen and get that 600 registrations by World MS Day. So with that challenge that I present to all of you, I'm going to toss it back to Rachel.
Oh, thanks, Rhea. No, I'm very excited to see what you guys do. I know, like when we had the flash sale, we absolutely crushed our registration challenge. So I know that this will be no different. So I know that the ride experience and safety has been an incredibly hot topic, and I'm sure we're receiving lots of questions from your team, and I want to ensure you that you feel confident and equipped as possible to recruit your teams back in this post-pandemic world. Bike MS New York City 2021 is set to take place on October 17th as an in-person one-day ride with various route options. I'm very excited to say that in-person part. We do have a very extensive wrapping up guide in place to continually review updated standards from the local and state authorities, as well as the most current CDC guidelines to keep us as safe as possible. These routine checkpoints will occur at 120, 90, 60, and 35 days out from our event. Based on these meetings, we will be making decisions impacting the day of the event experience and its safety guidelines. Our pre-event experience will be held virtually to reduce the amount of touch points and gatherings leading up to the day of event. And our day will look a little bit different with things like added hand sanitizer stations, pre-boxed meals, temperature checks. And then one thing I want to reiterate that's incredibly important with this effort to minimize touch points and gatherings, that hitting your $200 fundraising minimum by September 12th and getting your team to hit that deadline is incredibly important to ensure that your packet is mailed prior to the event. So the society has adopted a facial covering policy. They must be worn by everyone, staff, volunteers, participants, vaccines, sponsors, even if you are vaccinated. Masks must be worn at all times unless you are eating or drinking or riding your bike on the route. You will be required to wear a mask even if there are local mask mandates have been lifted. And you must ensure that your mask fits properly with a snug fit over your mouth and your nose. And everyone is expected to bring their own, but we will have extras available just in case. But we just want to make sure everyone is aware of that policy. And then we will have our most up-to-date safety protocols available on our website. But some of the most important ones to consider are ones that we do have on the screen, including our pre-health screenings. As I mentioned, the touch point limitations, also the hand sanitizer stations, face coverings, and as well as working out some of the additional PPE equipment and other things that we're taking into account. Here's a screenshot of where the additional information can be found for the Bike MS safety and COVID-19 page. This information is subject to change, and Bike MS New York City specifically safety procedures will be updated on the website closer to our ride. What was on there right now are strictly the safety procedures and protocols we are considering at this time. We will continue to keep you and everyone involved in Bike MS New York City up to date and informed as we continue to solidify plans and ensure that everyone gets back on the road safety. And now I'm going to hand it over to Rhea so she can walk you through some of the exciting virtual elements we're going to have leading up to the event.
Awesome. Thanks, Ro. So I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and please, if you have the questions to ask while this is all happening, please don't hesitate to drop them in the chat box. You'll see the little cartoon, whatever you call that, talk bubble up there by the settings, and you can type whatever you want. And we have myself, Rachel, and Nicole in the background to be able to answer your questions. So please don't hesitate to do that. Okay, so virtual experience. As we all saw last year, Bike MS nationally killed it in the virtual world. We really went hard and did a great job of our inside out experience. So from building off of that inside out experience, we're able to use some of the pieces that made it so great last year and continue that virtual experience for others that are not comfortable or able to ride with us in person. So there will be on-demand videos available on Ride Day. You can ride where you are, like we did last year. You can ride wherever, up a mountain, around Central Park, whatever you want to ride that makes you feel comfortable in your house, in your living room. You're welcome to do that. With the virtual platform, we have Zwifters, like we said from last time, Peloton owners, spin class junkies, anyone who wants to enjoy riding a bike, however you want to do that. So there is no longer an excuse to not join a team. Anyone can do it. Reminder that virtual riding is a free registration. So register for the virtual registration and grow your team that way. We have Strava, again, as we had last year. We use that Strava platform, which so many of you were able to log on to and really enjoy with all of they have to offer. It's a GPS tracking app that also has a social integration Facebook kind of component for social media, component for riders. So you're able to connect with your team, talk about your rides, share your routes, all that really great fun. Also in the Strava app, there is the Bike MS Strava Club. And in that club are riders from around the globe, country, maybe the globe, but mostly the country. And all different rides, all different markets are able to share their strategies, their routes, their trips, their adventures in that Bike MS Strava app. So make sure to join the club. And little fun bonus, when you join the club, it'll say that you're in the club on your page. So all your friends who are not yet riding with you can see, oh, what's that Bike MS thing I see? I'm so curious, and ask you all the questions. So make sure to keep that on your profile when you join the club. We also this year, with your registration, you get a little bonus this year, and it is a free access to the basic edition of Training Peaks. So Training Peaks is a very interactive platform in which you can basically train for whatever event you're doing, a marathon, an Ironman, or Bike MS. You can track your meals, plan your routes, look at different route options, different ideas, all in this Training Peaks program. So it's a really great way to give yourself almost like a countdown up to the day of event and really do this as an athlete, the athletes that we all are. Speaking of athletes and doing your bike rides, Unlimited Biking, our longtime sponsor, who we love, will be back again on the day of the ride for bike rentals. You can already book them on our website. You can book those you see there, Unlimited Biking events, Bike MS, to book those 10 plus bikes But added bonus for this year, Rachel was able to secure a little bonus for people that want to do training rides with your team. So if you're in Jersey and you want to get the employees out for a weekend ride in Central Park, you guys can come into the city and get those bikes at a 20% discount hourly from Unlimited Biking. So we're really encouraging people to do those training rides and to come together. I was talking to one of my team captains, Don, was saying that he hasn't met a bunch of people on his team that his team, his work team. And so he's recruiting them to ride Bike MS so that he can meet them in person because he doesn't have the opportunity to do that in real life. So this is a great way to do those training rides and get a discount and have everybody come together. So take advantage of that special offer when you do your training rides. And this is my favorite part. We have a brand new app. So I know most of you had seen the app before. We had an app. However, delete that. Get rid of it. We have a new app. It is amazing. We're super excited about this app because you are able to, drumroll please, live check cashing is real this year. So it's already been implemented. You can take a picture of a check from a donor and it goes into your bank account 3 days later. 2 to 3 day business days, it's there. So this takes away all the stress of those long weeks we were waiting last year for things to clear. I know last year was just, we want to forget last year happened. So this year we can make up for that with really fast and easy check cashing. So great bonus of that. Again, like we said, you can always take donations via Venmo, Apple Pay, PayPal, all the great things. But the real awesome feature is that check cashing. But there's more. On this app, we also have a way to connect with your teammates. So now you can take your team, send emails, post right from on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on all the platforms that you have right there from the app without having to log into your computer or log into Facebook or log into anything besides just your app. It's all right there for you. And even more fun, like I mentioned with Strava and Apple Health and Google Fit are now connected to your app. So if you do a bike ride and you want to share it with your teammates, you can do that right in your app, as well as post to Strava and share with the greater bike community. So it's got a lot of amazing features, and we're super excited to be able to bring this to you this year and to really utilize this in your this year in your adventures. So I know I already proposed a challenge, but I have one more, and I'm very excited about this. So this is a national challenge that we as Bike MS are all challenging all of our riders to get to 25% of all of our cyclists on the new app by May 31st. So we have the May 30th MS Day challenge, and this is the May 31st, the next day app challenge. So basically, if there's how many people on the call right now? 17 people on the call right now. All of you download the app, help us get to our goal, and we want to win. New York City, we're winners. So we want to win. So help us get to that awesome goal and download this app. It has so many amazing benefits, and I promise you're going to really enjoy it. I'm going to toss it back to Rachel.
Okay. Thank you, Rhea. So I've actually downloaded the app and I've been playing with it myself because I ride as a virtual cyclist, and I've really been enjoying that new the new connection feature because it's allowing me to not only send emails and different types of text messages and things, but it also is allowing me to schedule posts right onto my LinkedIn. So I can do a weekly post onto my LinkedIn, which is also phenomenal. So I'd like to fill you in and take a moment to fill you in on some of the key dates, deadlines, milestones to mark into your calendars. These are key points that are critical to creating the activation amongst your peers and team members. We encourage you to build your team plans and communications around these dates. And post this meeting, Ray and I will be sending you out a cheat sheet for early reference, so don't worry, you don't have to write them all down. We will be emailing them to you too. So we are going to have 3 registration fee increases, and no registration will be accepted on ride weekend. The first fee increase will occur on June 15th, right after World MS Day. We will have an in-depth presentation for the fee increase on the next team captain meeting. But in the meantime, make sure that you're connecting with Ray and I and organizing those lunch and learns and other creative team plans to increase your team engagement and activation. One exciting thing to note, this is actually going to be the lowest registration we are going to have for the entire season at $21. So this is a great time to engage. This is lower than New York has ever been. And an important note, as I mentioned earlier, we have moved up that rider mailing deadline to September 12th. This is slightly earlier than previous years, and it is very important we do our best to decrease and eliminate gatherings prior for packet pickup. So it's important that your team members are able to hit this deadline in order for us to safely mail your packets pre-event. Okay. This year, we're going to have 2 fundraising weeks and no recruitment weeks, but we're going to use those fee increases to really encourage the riders to sign up. And for the fundraising weeks, an individual who is either a team member or not a team member, and 2 teams will be eligible to win on each of these weeks. The teams will be broken down into 2 divisions of teams of more than 15 members and less than 15 members, because we want to give everybody a fair shot. And the winners will be selected based on the most money online during each week. And you probably want to know, what are these prizes we have up for grabs? So the individuals will win an awesome Bike MS prize pack. I just got some of the prizes into the New York office a couple weeks ago, so I've seen, so we have some hydration packs, we have some cool North Face gear, we've got some Under Armour gear, so lots of really cool stuff to choose from. So we're going to be putting that together for you, and they will also automatically have their packet mailed to them. For the teams, we're going to keep you in suspense a little bit longer while we work out the fabulous prize that you will be getting, and we will be announcing it at our next team captain meeting on May 26th. Make sure you connect with your staff partner ahead of each week to prepare your team communication and then maximize your chances of winning. And I know I've talked about some of this in our safety portion, but I just want to give you again a quick overview of the logistical timeline. We will begin evaluating our September and October ride experience events in June at the 120-day mark. From there, we will be reevaluating at the 90, 60, and 30 days out from the ride, and rides through August 31st have been moved to a 1-day format. The first rides that are going to be hitting the road are our Texas MS 150 on May 1st and our Coast to Coast ride in New Jersey on May 8th. We are incredibly excited because these are going to be our first events for the entire National MS Society in over a year. So we are extremely excited to get everybody back out on the road. As I mentioned earlier, the rides taking place later in the fall are still scheduled as their regular 1- and 2-day formats, but we will be making decisions closer to the event on their status. I'm sharing this timeline with you to ensure that you understand when to anticipate receiving additional information regarding our ride weekend. And we also wanted you to be able to share this information with your team and to address any safety concerns. So now I'm going to toss it back over to Rhea so that she can walk you through how to maximize all your efforts to hit your goals.
I feel like I get all the fun stuff. Thanks, Rachel. So this more fun stuff that we have on our website now is making it easier for you to access your matching gifts. So on our Bike MS page, Bike MS under the fundraising tab, you can actually go and type in your employer for the matching gifts and see what steps you need to take to submit your gift. Some are even listed right there, so you can actually help submit right on the website. It depends honestly on the organization and the company of what information is on the website, but it makes it very, very easy to maximize your gift. You can learn about the amounts, eligibility, and how to submit. So this tool is really great for you, but also for your team. So if you have that awesome rookie who's a minimum meter who made that $200 and he did a really great job, but he could maybe make that $400 if he gets that match. So it's really, really easy for him to use him or her or them to use this new tool to really make that donation and double the gift. So take advantage of that, that new platform that we have. As well as, let's go back to basics for a second. On your page, as most of you were able to use our donor driver platform last year. For those who were not, we do have this new donor drive platform, which got a lot of amazing features. You can again customize your team page. If you do need your anything from retroactively from years past, we're happy to help you set that up. But really make sure to maximize all these different incentives and things that we have on this new page. Also, one of those opportunities that we need to improve upon last year was only 8% of our NYC users used Facebook, and we can definitely bump that up. Facebook is one of the easiest ways to get donations in a very minimal amount of time and minimal effort. People you don't even know. My first grade teacher donated to my walk page, who I have not spoken to since I was in first grade. So it's definitely the easiest way to reach out to people that might not even spoken to for a while, but have a connection to MS. So it's a great way to reach out and connect with people you haven't connected with a while, and a great way to raise money for the National MS Society. I have to do a quick plug. She was actually the first one on the call today, but Teddy Haran was our very first team captain to activate her Facebook fundraiser. She was the second person registered and has already raised over $2,700. So thank you, Teddy, for all your efforts. And everyone should be like Teddy because she's awesome. So moving on, make sure that you stay connected throughout this season. We want to keep communication open and connecting with you. throughout this entire season. We have 6 more months until October, and we are very wanting to make sure that you get all the information you need as much as we can provide. So the next meeting will be Wednesday, the 28th at 7. We'll have a little bit more information on recruitment, the first fee increase, World MS Day, great things you can do for that. So make sure to tune in on Wednesday, May 26th. Also, connect with us on social, Bike MS, our Instagram page at Bike MS, and make sure to look on Facebook. We do have that awesome Facebook Teams group where you can connect with team captains and see what they're doing. Maybe they have this team captain has a really great event that you could replicate, or maybe they have a great route that you could try, or different ways that you can connect with team captains around the country, not just in New York City. And also in our in New York City Facebook group as well. So our event page is where you can connect with New York City captains and riders. And then the team captain Facebook group is a national group just for captains. And then, of course, we mentioned already, but I'll say it again, our Strava Club. Once you are a member of the Strava Club, you get that cool little badge on your Strava. And it's a great way to bring Bike MS into the conversation and invite more people and recruit more riders to your team. So you have all the information. We just downloaded all of this information for you. Now it's time to take action. So like we said, we have that recruitment goal, 600 cyclists by May 30th, which we, again, are very confident in your ability to make that happen. Again, send those emails to your teams. We have plenty of rosters that we can send you. Sorry, I meant plenty of templates if you need help creating that recruitment email. And we can also send you a roster from last year, from 18, from 19, whatever year you would like us to get those riders to come back and join us. Of course, download the app. As we said, 25% is our goal by May 31st. And don't forget that double your donation to maximize your fundraising. Okay, so many of you have been asking me, and I promise this is happening. We have not forgotten about it, and we owe you lots of swag. So we have all of these amazing things coming in the mail. I recently finished the FedEx labels, and drumroll please, there are 482 labels, which means there's 482 packages to get out. We have a lot of things to mail to you, and I know you want your presents and you want your fun swag to wear and to show everyone and to show your Bike MS pride. It is coming. Rachel and I have not seen each other since March of 2020, so we'll be doing our little elbow hugs in the office for the first time coming in the very soon to see. I'm very excited to see you, Rachel, and be in the office to get you your swag. So I promise it's coming. It will be here very soon. And I know we appreciate your patience during all of this craziness. Lots of stuff is coming. So with that, I want to invite Rachel back and ask any questions you guys might have. We did want to leave some time for questions of anything you can think of. We're here to answer.
There were a couple in the chat. So just want to clarify on the app. There are 2 Bike MS apps in most of the app stores. One is for the Texas MS 150. The one that is strictly the Bike MS one is the one that works for our event. They're still operating on a slightly different platform, so they have a separate app, but the one that says Bike MS is the one, and you can actually toggle between different events and things. So you can still access your Bike MS Inside Out information through that. If anybody has questions, we can definitely help you get that downloaded. Should I see? Website is open. I did drop in the chat that the web link for the matching gift program. That you can actually look at anybody's matching program. It's a really cool search engine because it not only tells you what is available in the matching program, it also gives you if a company has volunteer hour conversion. So let's say you volunteer 10 hours, you can actually get financial donations to your charities of your choice.
Yeah, definitely play around with that. That's a new platform that we have this year that has so much information that I didn't even realize we had access to. It's really fabulous and definitely worth checking into. Especially, I know Rachel mentioned in the chat, but I'll say it again, especially for your teammates can look and see what their riders do, and you can even see what the gift, if you got a gift donated from someone, their company might be able to match that gift. So it's really great to be able to look and really maximize that matching gifts. It is free money.
I know Britta's shaking her head because ING, they are fantastic at getting those matching gifts. They have they're honestly one of our top teams on matching gifts. I mean, and they have a fabulous program. And usually right before the deadline, there's all these different paperwork, but we get them all through and it's just so exciting to see everything. Are the packets being mailed or only on-site pickup? The packets are being mailed, Barry. So you just have to qualify with your $200 fundraising minimum by September 12th for the first mailing. So that's when we're going to be doing it. So that's about a week after Labor Day. And then we do not, even historically with New York, we do not have on-site pickup the morning of, and we're still working out if there can be a contactless packet pickup and how we're going to do that. But really, we're encouraging people to get the pre-qualification because we know not everybody's really going in the city right now, especially with offices and things. So. Anybody have any questions or, watching good TV shows, maybe? Some fun ones.
We did want to leave enough time for questions. And I'm honestly, Rachel, gotta say, we got to give ourselves high fives because not many questions means we covered a lot of topics, and just saying, that's pretty awesome. So I think it seems like everyone gets it.
And we got some reactions, thumbs up. Good. Yeah, and we'll keep you updated throughout the season involving, like as our safety protocols work out. Any cool sponsors for Ride Day? Actually, we do have quite a few. So AM Trust will be coming back again with us, as well as Point B. So they are going to be returning
here. I saw John here, John Theodore, team captain Point B. Hi, John. Mm-hmm. Shout out.
Yep. So we definitely have them on board, as well as I don't know if a lot of people realize Unlimited Biking, not only are they our rental partner, but they actually sponsor our event as well, which is exciting. And we're starting to work through some of those, in-kind opportunities. We've been talking to Bear Burger, and, they'll probably be back joining us again this year at our box lunch. Not normally, but, we're working through everything. But yeah, we have some really fun sponsors coming on and joining us this year. So. And we have plenty of sponsorship opportunities available. So, if anybody might be interested, we're happy to, walk you through what we have available. And with the virtual opportunity, we're also offering a lot of new virtual things to have sponsorship on. So there's a lot of great options. Celeste, that is a great question. How are we doing the food safely? So within the rest stops and in the start line breakfast, those will be all pre-packaged foods. So we will not have any open foods. Those will be 100% pre-packaged, and then all the fruit will be whole fruit, and then we will have single serving container beverages, water, and sports drinks. For the lunch at the end, those will be pre-packaged box lunches. So you will have a section where you can walk up as a single person and pick up your box to get your lunch. And then instead of having the open condiment section the way we normally have, where you can dress your burger, that will all be the pre-packaged portion.
Yeah, Rach. Hey, Rach. I just want to chime in a little bit. So all the rides through August 31st right now are there's Mike, are to go because we're not necessarily gathering at this point in time at the finish line. However, we're really hoping that by the time October rolls around, we're still practicing safe social distancing, but we may or may not be able to continue to provide that finish line experience that we're all accustomed to. So but for the time being, we are working towards single serve packaging and to go, but that may or may not improve by the time that we get to October. So more information, I think, on those specifics as the season progresses. And I think that's really a part of those ramping up process that Rachel talked about earlier. Sorry, Rach, I just wanted to add that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, Nicole's working on the Coast to Coast ride, which is in just over 2 weeks away. So she's living this in real time right now. So even though I will say I did see the menu that you guys have on the food truck, it is very impressive. So
and the food truck's cool. That's a new feature too. Looks like you've got some questions about route maps too, Rach.
Okay. Our maps, our detailed maps will be available closer to the event, but we are working towards that 30-mile route that you guys are familiar with the around Manhattan. And then we currently have a 50, and then we have our metric century available. We're not able to do we retired the traditional century last year. And then, so those are the routes we're working towards right now. And then we will have more details as we get closer to the event, because we are working with a lot of municipalities, especially when we get out New Jersey. So, but we are definitely working to have that 30-mile 100%. So.
Again, I think similar to that ramping up guide, we'll continue to evaluate in partnership with our event production company and the NYPD, and obviously for the Holland Tunnel use, we need to work with the Port Authority. So we'll continue to be partnering with them as the season progresses, and as part of those decision-making timeframes that Rachel mentioned, we'll be, of course, keeping everybody updated if there has to be any changes to what we're normally accustomed to. But for the food, I think we're probably going to be in that spot too with the single servings to go, but hoping we're still going to be able to safely gather to celebrate our successes at the finish line.
Yeah, I'm definitely learning about a lot of cool new foods too, I will say. So. Anybody have any other questions? I mean, you can also send them afterwards if you think of something post. We're always happy to answer them.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, I think with that, we can probably wrap up, right, Rach?
Yeah, I think we can. As long as, everybody's, all set with their questions, I think we're ready to
plug one more code, that Team Captain code. Remember, you can use Bike VIP for you to register, but then also, I think Rachel and I both probably send everybody that Team Up code to send to your rider. So get your registration. Remember get that goal of 600. So 300 more. Team Up will get 15% off. Everyone loves a good discount. So send that discount out, get people to register, and we will hopefully hit that goal by the end of May.
Okay. Well, I hope everybody has a great night, and it was wonderful to see you guys, and can't wait to see you on more events throughout the season.
Mike, go get a beer.
Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
This was awesome.
Thanks, Britta.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys learned a lot. And again, hit us with your questions, and thank you so much. Have a great night.
Hey, you too.
Thank you.
Bye.